What is the difference between manifesting something and achieving it? Today, we are going to settle this once and for all. This is the law of attraction like you've never heard it before. Hey, it's Andrew, otherwise known as that guy who wrote the last Law of Attraction book you'll ever need to read. And if you want to check out the book, you could very easily do so by going to lastlawofattractionbook.com, which will forward to the Amazon listing. And today is a really important video that I've been wanting to do for a while here because I get a lot of questions about, manifesting and about achieving and about energetically inviting things and about taking action and all these different pieces. And it raises the question, is there a difference between manifesting and achieving? Is there something about one that is more in tune with the law of attraction than the other? And that's what I really want to answer for you today. And the way I want to really address this, or the lens or the context with which I want to approach this, is an obvious achievement and manifestation that I've recently enjoyed, that being passing 100,000 copies sold of my book, The Last Law of Attraction book you'll ever need to read. And it's like you got to wonder, what did I do here? Did I manifest that? Did I achieve it? What did I actually do throughout the process and throughout the journey, if anything, of getting those 100,000 copies? Well, it's kind of funny. I can tell you exactly what I did. In fact, I wrote a brand new book about it. This right here is 3 words I used to sell 100,000 books. Today is actually launch day for the book. You can get it on Kindle right now for 99 cents for, the next 24 hours or so, and then the price goes up a little bit, but it's available in Kindle, in paperback, in hardcover, and audiobook is on the way soon. And you might be wondering, I wrote another book? I wrote another Law of Attraction book? No. This is not a Law of Attraction book. And the reason this is not a Law of Attraction book is because I already wrote the last Law of Attraction book you'll ever need to read. And I really meant that. So what is this book right here? Well, this is basically the steps and the moves and the decisions that I made organically marketing my book, The Last Law of Attraction book you'll ever need to read, toward getting it to 100,000 copies sold and beyond. This book right here, this is actually intended for nonfiction authors who have a book of their own that will help other people, whether it's helping them achieve something or learn something or do something or just solve any problem or challenge in their lives. So, if that's you, of course, feel free to check the book out. But if it's not, it might not be your thing. But in any case, you see I've written a new book here, and you might be wondering, well, hey, Andrew, you're this Law of Attraction author. You talk about manifesting. You talk about energetically inviting things. And now you're telling me that you've written a book of things that you've done in order to get these sales? And, the thing about it is, first of all, 3 words I used. I can tell you right now, the 3 words that I put in that book are not Law of Attraction, even though technically Law of Attraction are the 3 words through which everything is done for me and anybody else. For this, it's a little bit more intentional where I'm strategically using 3 other words and I'm teaching people through the lens of those words, but law of attraction is everywhere. So, to give you an example and add a little clarity here, again, manifesting versus achieving, I sold 100,000 copies of my book. Did I sit down and meditate my way to that happening? Did I just energetically invite things and sit back and just let them unfold for me? Or did I only take actions where I went on podcasts and I posted YouTube videos and I post on Facebook and I do all these other things and I really get the word out? Maybe I just did that. And the answer is I did a combination. The answer is law of attraction, manifesting and achieving, these are both extensions of the very same thing. Your results that you get in your life are happening in both ways all at the same time. For example, I was just invited on a podcast that I'll be recording soon. The reason I got invited on that podcast is because that person saw me on another podcast with my friend Paul. The reason Paul invited me on, and he's really my new friend, the reason he invited me on was because his friend Luke was aware of my book and he told Paul about it. The reason Luke was aware of the book is because his friend Ashford learned about the book and used the book and used my 90-day Gravity of the Cosmos program. Now, how did Ashford find out about the book? I don't know. But the thing is, did he just come upon it because I'd set up the conditions energetically to allow for him to find it on Amazon? Or did I do something where I posted a YouTube video, or I did another podcast interview, or I did something else that actually got it in front of Ashford, who then got it in front of Luke, who then got it in front of Paul, who then got it in front of the next podcast I'm going to be on, who's going to get me onto another podcast? How are these things happening? Well, they're all happening at once, and it doesn't matter which one it is at the time, because what you got to realize is your manifestations. It's a combination of letting the universe in to do things for you, and of proactively stepping in with inspired action in order to facilitate whatever it is that you want. This book right here, when I say it's things that I did, it's choices that I made, it's organic marketing, this was inspired action. You know, the things listed here, these aren't choices that I made out of lack or out of desperation or out of confusion or fear or uncertainty or doubt. They were things I was inspired to do in service to the reader and in service to my book. It was something that just occurred to me like, hey, this makes sense for me to do. And the reason that it occurred to me is because I engaged in gratitude processes. I engaged in visualization. I did scripting. I did all these things where I opened myself up to more possibilities, and then I got downloads. It occurred to me to do this specific thing or that specific thing. Again, it's all connected. When you are doing your gratitude methods and your visualization and your scripting, yes, you are inviting the universe to bring people in front of you and opportunities in front of you and circumstances in front of you that will get you what you want, but you're also inviting a condition by which you come up with things, inspired action, inspired ideas that you can engage in to help bring what you want about. Let's think about this in the context of finding the love of your life. You know what? You're going to want to do a gratitude method. You're going to want to do visualization or scripting, whatever. You're going to want to script about what it's going to be like to be with that person once and for all. But in addition to doing that, you're probably going to want to put a profile on a dating app or a dating website. You're going to want to make sure that you choose a good photo that represents who you are. You want to make sure you have a good write-up so that you're going to attract the right people, and the right people are going to read it and be inspired and be interested in you and reach out to you and match up with you. All these different things. It isn't only visualizing or scripting, it's also taking sensible, inspired action towards what you want, because that is part of the process also. You are also part of the manifestation process. You are a part of this. You're an integral part of this. You know, you want to get some kind of sales milestone for yourself? Well, you're going to manifest it and achieve it all at the same time by both energetically inviting things and by physically doing them as well. And this is such an important piece, because what I really want to convey to you here is, you know, there's a mix and there's a balance here, and you don't want to put too much weight on one or the other. You just want to go with the flow and kind of follow through and do 5 minutes a day of methods, but also do whatever you're inspired to do in terms of taking action to invite these things. Telling the universe, screaming out loud that you are on its team, as it is on your team as well, in bringing about whatever result or whatever manifestation you want. Bottom line, I manifested 100,000 copies sold of this book, and I achieved it as well. There is no difference. I got the result, and you can phrase it either way, but the point is I engaged both energetically and physically towards getting this goal, and you know what? That's not even the end goal. I mean, we're going to 1 million and beyond. That's my first real marker there. I mean, it's a wonderful thing, and I'm so grateful, as I said in the last video, I'm so grateful to every single person that bought a book, but just know, we're not stopping here. And by the way, you see I got a new book here. I am not stopping this YouTube channel. I am not stopping the energy that I'm putting into this book and promoting this book and getting this book out there. This is just something where a lot of people were asking me, like, how do I sell so many books? How is this happening? And I was getting on so many phone calls. I just couldn't do it anymore, but I also did not want to disappoint people. So I scratched the creative itch that I had here, and I wrote the book and I put it out there. And, you know, any nonfiction authors who have a book that's going to serve others, hopefully this will serve you. But again, I'm not going anywhere here. I am sticking around. There's a lot more to be done for this channel. There's a lot more to be done for the last Law of Attraction book you'll ever need to read. So don't even worry about that. But again, and I know I'm rambling here, but I really just want to get this point for you here. If you're wondering whether you should be engaging in a method or whether you should be taking action, it's both. And regarding the action, you're going to be inspired. It isn't something that you have to force it. It isn't something that you have to rush it. And by the way, even those actions that you take that are inspired, they aren't always going to be effortless or easy. Sometimes they're going to be a little bit grueling, but you're going to know the difference between inspired or not, because you will be motivated to do it, because you'll still feel good doing it. It will feel worthwhile for you to do it, even if you're waking up at 7 a.m. in the morning or 6 a.m. or even 5 or 4 a.m. in the morning to start writing another book or something else like that. Whatever it might be, even when you're taking extra effort, you'll know whether it's inspired action or not, so don't worry about that. In any case, that's all I got for you today. Thank you for watching. I'm hoping I cleared this up. So too long didn't read. Manifesting, achieving, they're both the same thing. Dive in with both feet, energetically and physically. Do the methods, but also take inspired action, and that will double the speed of what you want, and it will also help the outcomes and the ways by which you get things all the more convenient and all the more enjoyable for you. Thank you as always for watching. If you want to pick up the book, The Last Law of Attraction book you'll need to read, you can very easily do so by going to lastlawofattractionbook.com. And, again, for the next 24 hours, the Kindle version is 99 cents. If you want to get 3 words I use to sell 100,000 books, this is also up on Amazon. You can just search for it, or you can go to 3wordsbook.com. But whether it's one book or the other, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful, and I will look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thanks so much and have an awesome day.